Hello everyone, and in today's video we are going to discuss about the mosses. Okay, so the mosses, they belongs to the division Bryophyta. Okay, and they are more familiar group of bryophytes. Okay, so they are very famous, and they are small non-vascular plants. Okay, they are non-vascular. Non-vascular students, they will lack the conducting tissue, example the xylem and the phloem. Okay, and they are mostly found in the moist environment. Okay, so this is the property of the bryophytes, that they will prefer the moist environment. Okay, and their life cycle and the structure make them unique among the plant kingdom. So let's talk about the characteristics of the mosses. So we are going to discuss the characteristics of the mosses in the 4 points. So the first one will be the habitat, of course. So I already told you that they are found in the moist and in the shady area. Okay, and this kind of atmosphere or this kind of condition, they are found usually in the forest, rocks and wetland. Okay, and they can tolerate a wide range of climates. Okay, so they can occur from Arctic to tropical region. Okay, and if we talk about the structure of the mosses, so usually student, the mosses, they will appear as a dense carpet. Okay, types. So if in the wetland or in the forest, if you find something like a dense green color carpet type thing, then it's a moss. Okay, so if we talk about the structure, then they will have the two structure, that is they will have the gametophyte. This is the dominant stage, and then they will also have the sporophyte, and this is the dependent stage. Okay, so now let's talk about the gametophyte. Okay, so the gametophyte, it further has two phases. Okay, the first stage is the protonema, and the second one is the leafy stage. Okay, so the protonema stage, it is creepy, okay, filamentous structure which is formed during the spore germination, whereas the leafy stage, okay, this is the upright structure with stem-like and leaf-like organs. Okay, and the leafy stage, it will bear the reproductive organs. Okay, and if we talk about the sporophyte, it consists of foot, seta and capsule. Okay, and this is similar to the liverworts. They also consist of the foot, seta and the capsule. Okay, and this foot is for the attachment purpose, and okay, and the seta is the stalk, and the capsule, it is used for the spore producing. Okay, so this is all. Then I already told you that they have a very unique capability, that is the water retention. Okay, so we are going to talk about the water relations. So since they lack the vascular tissue, so they are dependent on diffusion for water and the nutrient transport. Okay, so since there is no conduction, right, so for the conduction we require the xylem and the phloem, and they will carry out the nutrient from or mineral or water from one place to another. However, they are lacking in the mosses, so they are depending on the plain simple diffusion for the water and the nutrient transport. Okay, so this is one of the reasons, student, that why they are found in the moist or environment, because in the moist environment, what they will do, they will directly absorb the water. Okay, so the mosses, they will absorb water directly through their surface. Okay, and if we talk about then the sexual reproduction, sorry, if you talk about the reproduction, then both kind of reproduction, that is the asexual one and the sexual one. Okay, both we can found in the mosses. Okay, so the asexual reproduction, it will include fragmentation of gametophyte or protonema. Okay, so this will involve the fragmentation. And likewise the sexual reproduction, this require antheridia, okay, for the formation of male gametes, and for the female it will require the archegonia. And likewise the fertilization, it will occur in the water and the sporophyte will be formed. Okay, so antheridia is required for the male gametes, okay, and archegonia is for the female gametes. So if we talk about the famous example of the mosses, then student, the three most famous are the Funaria, okay, and this Funaria, it is also known as cord moss. So this is the first example. The second example is the Polytrichum, and this is known as hair cap moss, okay. And the third one is the sphagnum, okay, and this is also known as the peat moss, okay. So if we talk about the ecological and the economic importance of the mosses, so like the liverwort or the gametophytes, they will contribute in the soil formation, okay. They will also prevent the soil erosion. Now, like liverworts, gametophytes, they also have the high water retention capability, and since they have the high water retention capability, they will act as a sponges, okay, for maintaining the ecosystem moisture, okay. Then the mosses, example the sphagnum, okay, this is known as peat moss. It is widely used in the horticulture purpose, okay, in the horticulture purposes. For it will act as a soil conditioner, okay, and this is often used for packing plant during the transport, okay. And this will also act as, the peat moss will also act as the fuel, okay, source of fuel due to its high carbon content, okay. The last is about the mosses. They will also act as the indicator plants, okay. So since mosses, they are very sensitive to pollution, okay. So this sensitivity is exploited, and this is used, okay, and it makes them ideal for using as bioindicator for the air quality. So wherever there is a bad quality, okay, of the air, okay, due to the pollution, then the mosses will not thrive there. So this will indicate the pollution level, okay. So this is all about the mosses in brief, okay, in this video. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me in the comment section and I will explain it to you in the next video. Thank you for watching the video.